Hi, it's Taylor. Welcome to my meditation all about a different definition of the levels of your mind. So before we begin, find a place that is comfortable to sit or lie down. And make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes. And then sit or lie down, close your eyes, and take a very deep breath in through your nose. Then open your mouth and exhale. Good. Keep your eyes closed. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and exhale. Nice. One more time. Take a very deep breath. So filling all the way up with light and possibility, and hold. Open your mouth and let it go. Empty your cup. Good. Now continue to breathe evenly, intentionally. Breathing in light. Exhaling what you no longer need. Breathing in new, fun beliefs, and exhaling out old beliefs that no longer serve you. Breathing in beliefs that you prefer, that you choose. Breathing out beliefs that weren't really yours, that didn't resonate. Okay, so the vibratory level in the physical mind in which belief systems are thought to be manifested is often referred to as the unconscious mind. The level of your mind in which emotions are generated is often referred to as the subconscious mind. And the level in which your thoughts are generally experienced is usually called the conscious mind. Now, here's a little bit of confusion and a need for some degree of clarification, because from your physical perspective, you have been taught or trained to view the idea of your conscious mind and your thoughts as being, so to speak, on top, and the idea of your emotions being a level below that, and the idea of your belief systems being buried even further below that. So this perspective gives you a false image of how it's actually structured. So in reality, beliefs in the unconscious mind are on the top level vibrationally. Emotions are on the center level. And the thoughts are on the lowest level vibrationally. So if you look at it this way in terms of how your personality structure is created, because it all comes down to vibration, from the higher levels through the template reality, and the first level that's created, the level that's closest representationally to the higher mind, your higher authentic self, is the unconscious level, which contains the beliefs which come from the template level reality, because beliefs and definitions are blueprints that determine what the levels below that will experience. Remember the blueprint. So you actually go from a belief level that is higher than an emotional level vibrationally, and you go from an emotional level that is higher than the level of thoughts vibrationally, even though you tend to think that you need to dig down in your personality vibrationally. Instead, define your beliefs in order to actually experience and identify your beliefs. You actually have to raise your vibration, to go up into the unconscious level. That is the main difference, and thereby lies some of the main confusion within some of the processes that exist here on Earth School and Earth School to find the definitions and beliefs, because there's an automatic assumption that in many people, most people, that we have to go deeper down into your unconsciousness, into your consciousness to find. In fact, actually you need to go up to find the beliefs, because those beliefs are closer to the template reality from which they were generated, closer to the higher mind who generated the original blueprint. Okay? But there are levels below even this, below the thought level, the conscious thought level. There are levels below that. There's an 8th level below that we can call the automatic mind on an individual level. And this is where you experience the idea of what you typically call patterns of behavior, habits of behavior. So it's, in a sense, a kind of unconsciousness, a kind of unawareness, but it's not the same term I'm using now when I define the idea of the unconscious level that contains beliefs, which is actually higher than this level and higher than emotions and higher than the thought level. This is a different kind of unconsciousness or unawareness. It's a different kind of limitation, okay? It's a segregation, it's a separation of consciousness that creates the idea of patterns that you are unaware of, habits you are unaware of, until you bring them into your conscious awareness. Quite often doing this by discovering what your beliefs are, and thus by raising your vibration to find out what those beliefs are. Okay, so you got to go high and then you go down. So finding out what those patterns are that you lock into and reinforce those unconscious patterns. And you lock into those using those beliefs. And so you become aware of these unconscious patterns below the level of the conscious mind. Now, below that, there's a 9th level, even lower than that. So it can be called like the collective unconscious. So this is where collectively we on Earth School have agreements that are so automatic that they're just assumed. Okay, so they're just assumed to be a given. You don't really think about them ever at all. Like things like things in the physical reality, like gravity and time and space, things like this. So left and right, up and down, things like that. Just things that we collectively agree to This is in the lowest possible level of what I call the collective unconsciousness, where all the collective agreements reside to a degree and in such a manner that you don't even think about them at all. You just experience them. Now, going up on the 8th level of individual automatic behavior, you still can experience your relationship to the collective unconscious, to the collective agreements. So, what is your personal relationship, in a sense, unconsciously to these things? What patterns have you agreed to within yourself, individually, that you're not necessarily really paying attention to, but in this level, at that level, are the things that can be translated into conscious awareness by the utilization of the top 3 levels of thoughts and feelings and beliefs. But you must work it from the belief level first, because that's the highest level. Those beliefs were created, were generated. I know it sounds paradoxical, but this is actually the way it's structured. Those beliefs are not deep down. They are much, much higher than feelings and much higher than thoughts in terms of their vibrational frequency. So, if then in having created them from your spirit, from that higher self, that authentic self, then you need to connect with that higher mind in order to connect with these beliefs. This is where they were created. Okay? So, translating all these concepts into the physical blueprint material, and then your personality capable of perceiving and experiencing what your higher mind has generated in the blueprints, starts with the unconscious belief system level, going down to the emotional, going down to the thought, further down into the automatic behavior level, individual, and then further down into anchoring itself into this physical experience by going down, down, down to the collective agreement that you agreed to. Okay, so that's the 9 levels in total that are necessary for the creation of the experience of a physical reality. In this context, 3D Earth School. Now, one more word about this confusion about the 3 levels of thought and feeling and belief, all right, is that before you thought that belief was on the lowest level, okay? This is where also we can speak to the idea where some confusion still exists with respect to the idea of these 3 levels, and in thinking that the belief system is the lowest level, to see how this particular point of view can actually cause some difficulty for you to understand the patterns and behaviors that are in that lower unconscious level. Because when individuals here on earth label the idea that belief systems are actually vibrationally lower, that you must go down into consciousness to find your beliefs, what they're actually doing is heading down into the 8th and 9th levels instead of going up to where the belief systems actually are. By assuming that beliefs are down, you actually lower your frequency and get caught up in the idea of the unconscious patterns, those automatic patterns, individual and collective, and habits, and reinforce them instead of actually discovering what the beliefs are by raising your frequency, raising it. So this is why many of you, actually have a lot of difficulty in accessing the concept of your beliefs and defining your beliefs, because you have this particular template overlaying your idea of what physical consciousness is and of what the personality structure is. And because you believe that you must dive deeper down. So you actually take your vibration back down into the level of the pattern, the habit behaviors, right? On that deep unconscious level, while you're really just looking for your beliefs, you are going down. So you're seeing those pattern behaviors, those habitual behaviors, and you're wondering why they keep getting caught up. Why do I keep getting caught up again and again and again in all of that? So it has to do with this upside down definition that generally people have of this personality structure, where the belief systems reside within the personality structure. So to allow more clarity, to allow yourself to finally bring those behavioral patterns in the deep 8th level, individual, habitual, and conscious mind, to come to the level of consciousness so that you can deal with them. So you must actually raise your frequency, go up to do that. Go to the level of the belief systems, which are higher. Then make your rearrangements there and allow the new beliefs that are put into place to then filter down through the personality levels, again, with a new frequency, realigning everything as it filters back down. So visualize that filtering down, recreating and recrystallizing, restructuring your personality with these new beliefs, all right? So you make the new personality that has now been realigned with these new fun beliefs capable and transparent enough of a receiver to allow for the recognition of those patterns, new blueprint, to be able to understand how to let those patterns and habits bubble up into the personality structure in order to be dealt with by the thoughts, the emotions, and the belief systems that have now been rearranged to allow for greater insight, greater clarity, greater receptivity, greater discernment, and a greater ability to perceive those particular habits and patterned belief system thoughts that exists way down in that 8th level, and even further down in the 9th level in respect to the agreements with the collective consciousness of your world, of your society. Those things we agree to, right? Gravity and all that good stuff. So this is very different than what you are likely accustomed to, okay? And once you listen to this a couple times and understand how it's actually structured, it will make a lot of sense. It's actually very simple. It's just different. And as you have this clarity, as you understand how your consciousness is actually arranged with these 9 levels, as I described, and you follow along with all the different types of permission slips we have discussed, you'll see how it all really does make sense. The positioning of your beliefs as higher up. And it gives you a greater opportunity to understand how your consciousness actually works And you can, through various forms of meditation or other permission slips, allow yourself greater experience in seeing how this new understanding can allow you to arrange your new personality structure in such a way so you experience physical reality in a much more synchronistic way, in a much more aligned way. When you allow yourself to let the vibrational levels remain in their proper relationship and don't create belief systems or definitions that take them out of their proper relationship. Okay? So this is what's been going on in the past, and we're just shifting this. This is why you've been having difficulty getting a handle on why you would choose such beliefs. Why? This is why. So, take a very deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Hold it. Open your mouth and exhale. Good. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Hold it. Open your mouth and exhale. Now one more full breath, filling all the way up with all these new amazing beliefs, fun new ways of understanding your consciousness. Fill up. Hold it. Hold it. And then exhale all the beliefs which no longer serve you. Great job.